squad from the American, the UTSA Roadrunners, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the North Texas Mean Green. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Running back searching for a hole. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hawkins. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Right on the money. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Give to the running back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. Off play action. Quickly to the tight end. Turning it on. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Snagged in the middle. It's Williams. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. North Texas really has it going on offense. That's caught. It's Coleman. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught close to the marker, it's Hawkins. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on first down. Wants to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Coleman. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Simple pitch, simple catch, easy little drag route right over the field. It's a nice timing route. You can run it versus man or you can run it versus zone and have a lot of success.
North Texas can dig into that playbook on second and short. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's just an example of the defense having a better play call than you have on offense. I like the creativity offensively, but how about the defense having their cornerback in position to make the play?
I forgot how to switch my settings from yesterday when I was playing Faz on the PlayStation.
They'll try to run for it. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on 4th down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, it's a heck of being conservative, right? I mean, that essentially would have just been a chip shot field goal with where they were on that 4th down, but they decide to go for it, throw it. They're looking for 6. They're going for a touchdown. They are being aggressive.
And they own the whole quarter so far.
He's looking to throw.
Wide open, right there. He had the running back wide open.
Sacking him back at the 10.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy, and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area we got to bow up. Nice job on 1st down stopping them. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. He's got it and still on his feet. That completion will take.
I'm surprised they could have had a touchdown already.
The offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You got to be aggressive and you got to make tackles.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll leave it with him. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still just a very short gain.
Decision coming up here. I'm kicking a field goal, though, David. First drive of the game. You want to pay it off and just put some points up on the board.
Well, and see, I'd go for the touchdown because here's the thing. I'm going to make them go the length of the field.
Oh, they're
Almost
going for
100
it.
yards, even if I get stopped. I'm starting this game aggressive.
The give. He's
Wow.
4th and goal, and he lost a yard back to the 2. One final play before the end of the quarter. They'll go to the ground. You just can't go backwards. There he did, and they swarmed him for a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up.
They failed on 4th.
We've reached the break,
But get the
and
safety
North
anyway.
Texas has the lead.
Crazy.
And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the 2nd. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got a man. It's Coleman. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Hand off from the shotgun. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll do it himself on the draw. Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
Nicely.
Quarterbacks generally, guys,
Yeah,
they're not
nicely.
as big and not as physical runners as running backs. So it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going. But moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket breaking down. Unleashes one deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
perfect timing. Got there right when the ball got there. Didn't get there a little bit early. Saving the touchdown. Nice timing by that defender.
North Texas will have to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They finally get to him, and what a play there to pick up the first down.
I just love the job this offensive line is doing in this game, communicating pre-snap. They know where the pass rush is coming from, and they're working their single and double teams and not giving up any ground. Just look how clean that pocket was for the quarterback to throw from.
Rushes on him. Just gets rid of it before the heat.
Well, they tried to go play action on that one to see if they could freeze the defense, but a great job getting to the quarterback, not being fooled by it, forcing the incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. To the air, it's McCown. This time it's complete.
And that's a great example of this quarterback having intense confidence in his own arm talent. That was not an easy window to throw into, but he had the ability, and he knew it.
The Roadrunners come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, UT San Antonio. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up 7-2. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. Complete to start this drive. Brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Love the play call on the RPO. That time the defender bites on the run fake, and that opens up the window for the slant
And
coming
come back in
in behind.
7-2.
Nice job.
Now on first down from the 28. Looking for a crease, it's Jackson. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6.
Excuse me.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackle's doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Red pass, it's complete. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Mean Green can be aggressive if they choose here on 2nd and short. The give on the inside.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
North Texas at the line with a new set of downs thanks to the running game. Looking downfield on first down. And they're not
What the
on the
fuck
same
kind of
page
throw is that?
there.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. In the second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Coleman. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Man, it's so important when you play QB. I got to know when to put some air on it, and I got to know when to rocket that thing in there. Work in the middle of the field. He knew he needed the rocket. Threw it in there. Great job, great catch.
The Mean Green trying to convert on third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield.
What a throw.
They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And that's a really good example of a quarterback and his intended target both being on the same page. The timing was almost perfect on that play. That's why they were able to convert the third down, now setting up first and goal.
North Texas will come to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Fires it incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, North Texas. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they have a 2-point lead. So a drive there of 84 yards, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. On the run, it's Henry. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football, and that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, it's McCown. Here's a heat. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Roadrunners will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. got him downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, they execute the in route. Now, how about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
And QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
Makes the grab.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Roadrunners come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. On 2nd down, they'll try the field goal to
Going
get
for the field goal.
before halftime. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Splits the uprights, it's good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this 1st half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
No update. We're going straight to the 2nd half. What are you talking about?
North Texas will kick it off to start things here in the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. A quick pass to the left. Oh, he's got some space. The 20. Touchdown, UTSA. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
Damn.
Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
$14 seconds.
Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little
11
further.
seconds total.
That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he
Well, 11
stopped at
seconds
the
for
18.
offense.
North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. To the air on first down. Grabbed
Texas
over the
is in
middle by
trouble.
Hawkins.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
North Texas can dig into that playbook on 2nd and short. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Just what they were looking for to get.
If you would have kept this balance, he could have took off.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
He'll pull it on the read.
And you lost. I didn't even get yours.
Scrimmage, but no more than that.
Yeah, and a great job by the defense, holding the line of scrimmage, playing downhill, playing responsibility football, making sure they shut down that option play.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the tailback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Going to try to pop one on the screen.
Lost more yards.
It's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You've set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
Real back to the air in trouble.
Takes over in the offense, ready to hit the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up one to the 35.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Got his man quickly.
Yeah,
And
North
he's
Texas
brought
playing
down after a nice game.
Pickup of 12. And first down for the offense.
And the Roadrunners will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's McCown. That's caught. It's Henry. Crosses the 30. He's got
Oh
away.
my God.
And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. They've built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Finds his big tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense, swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
So now it's 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But He's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got his man downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And that's a huge third down conversion by the offense there. It's 3rd and long. You've got to lead, not by a lot. Quarterback, though, very poised. Reads the coverage, throws it in rhythm, and you stay on the field.
The Roadrunners trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. Looking to throw.
Run it.
They stop him short as he was
If he didn't hesitate, he could have probably had that touchdown.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or
Wide open right there. He had him wide open.
And that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
At the end of the quarter, guys, it's UTSA holding the edge. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. The pop pass gets popped behind the line for a loss.
If you're going to try a push pass here on first down by the goal line, you've really got to get great blocking. You can't allow penetration, and the offense wasn't able to do that. Look at the defense on that last play. They were able to get in the backfield. They make a tackle on a speedy wide receiver to get the TFL.
Trying to run it in. How about that defense getting back there? He'll lose a couple.
Decision time coming for this offense. How about the defense? They've hung in there, Palmer, made him earn it all the way down. Now, are you going to go for it on 4th down?
Yeah, you know, after running so many plays offensively on the drive, I know it'd be disappointing to only walk away with a field goal, but you'd feel even worse if you went for a touchdown and didn't get it. I think you kick it right here.
Dropping back, it's McCown. Bringing the heat.
He dropped it.
Oh, what a tough way to end this drive. The decision to go for it does not pan out. They'll start this drive going to the air.
Oh, he's
gonna throw deep
deep ball.
right side. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, I always say this, when you're backed up on offense, those are some of the best opportunities to take deep shots. In all likelihood, the defense is expecting a run. You're going to try and buy yourself a little bit of real estate, so they're playing press man coverage, and that's when you want to take advantage of that.
They know they got it. They
Defense
need a
doing
touchdown.
Really good job on the back end that time, being in position, forcing the incomplete.
Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
The Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They'll stop him short on 3rd down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because
Might be the upset, guys. Might be the upset.
To try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen.
Unless they can get a
occasion.
turnover.
Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
UTSA will take over in the offense, ready to return to the field. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious
they're
to
fucked.
get back on the
They're
field. They
fucked.
know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, David.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
Looking to throw, it's McCown. Fires to the right.
Yeah, they're
Complete
fucked.
downfield. Right on the money with that throw. The defense was there, but they are in the red zone with a 1st down at the 12.
First down for the offense.
And the Roadrunners have pushed it inside the 20. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Oh my God, yeah, there it is. Might as well just go to the next one.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He'll be
Oh, I thought he fumbled.
5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Here's the pressure. And the quarterback goes
Oh, he got the
down
sack.
at the 11-yard line. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. That is no good. After the missed field goal, still an 8-point game.
They
The guys more
missed the field goal, yo. They still have a chance.
And that's just a chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Just a short pass to the tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Mean Green can be aggressive if they choose here on second and short.
They only have 2 timeouts plus the
Back to pass.
2-minute warning.
The screen.
And he ran the wrong way. He had all that opening.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead. It's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
North Texas comes to the line on third
Yeah.
and short.
He had that whole left side, bro. If he didn't do, oh, that was a.
They'll try to get the first through the air.
He can get sacked,
And he can't find anyone
bro. He
open.
literally had
Down
that
he
opening,
goes.
bro, and he
A
ran
sack here late in the
the
fourth.
route wrong.
Third downs are so crucial, and quarterbacks, you want them to be, elite with their functioning, be able to go through their progressions, get rid of the football, not take sacks. But
Why
they
did you
took
just
a sack.
he
How
just
about the
stood there
individual
too? It's-
effort by that defense, understanding third down and getting to the quarterback.
It's their last.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it. First down.
Wait a minute.
Not much of a fourth down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
Wait a minute.
And that was a play they absolutely had to have. Fourth down, down by one possession. You've got to find a way. Someone's got to step up and make a play, and they did it right there. That is going to be huge for their confidence.
Has to go up top on first down.
Offsides.
And that pass was knocked down, but I don't think it's going to help the defense. I think they jumped. They'll try to take advantage of
Seen him
that
walk
offsides
right up
call.
past the
First and
line.
5.
What the fuck he was doing?
Quarterback on the keeper. Ball down, but they'll
Why'd you
move
call
it
timeout?
as he
You
picks up
stopped the
first
clock
down.
already.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every
No, you
minute
saved the time,
possible.
but
North Texas has it going to work with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to fire deep. And the DB making a huge
Oh, I thought he
play,
still caught it.
knocking away downfield.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
They're dealing with a second.
yeah, that shit
and
was almost
long.
picked.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Makes the grab. It's
You should have
Jackson.
went out of bounds.
What a great job by the quarterback working through his progressions.
Uh-oh.
2-minute situation.
You guys are
He
clean.
doesn't
You
force
guys
it
are
down
wasting
the field
time.
if it's
Look,
not
look, look.
open. Check it
Wasting
down to
time.
your back,
Wasting
let
time.
him go to work,
Wasting
and he
time.
comes up with
Wasting
a
time.
Huge play.
The Mean Green trying to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Finds his tight end.
All right.
Pick up enough yardage for the first down. They've got it at the 30.
Clock
Tight
stops.
end always finds a way to get open. He's just a first down machine,
And it's
Jesse.
set.
He's a
What are
guy
they
who's
waiting
that
for?
is proven he
What are
can
they
beat
waiting
man
for?
coverage, but he's also so good against zone too. He just knows
They gotta learn
where
how
the
to
soft
clock.
spots are
Like
in
the computer
defense.
does not
That's
know
why
how to
this
spike the
quarterback
ball.
has so much
Like they do,
confidence.
but they don't.
Looking down the middle. He
Oh
caught it.
my
He
God.
gets it in. Touchdown, Mean Green.
Well, it's a great job getting the touchdown. Obviously, now you've got to go for 2. You've got to dial up your best 2-point play to try to tie this thing with only seconds to go.
Yo. They need a 2-point though. They need a 2-point.
And that touchdown was huge, but you can't celebrate too long. To finish the deal, you got to have the 2-point conversion to tie the game. The snap sets up the throw.
Throw it.
He's
He got it. Oh.
And we have ourselves a tie game. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they've tied it up with clutch plays, the touchdown and the 2-point conversion in the final minute. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it back from inside his 5.
That shit is wild. The fact he got that is wild.
Not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line.
There's no way, right?
He'll take the deep shot. Snags it on the right. Into enemy territory. And
Oh
outbound
my
at the
God.
48.
Oh
What a
my
throw on
God.
First down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
Didn't pick
Call
up a
timeout.
lot
What are you
there.
waiting for?
Forward just a few.
They got 3 timeouts and could try to win the game.
Well, guys, let's play some more.
That made no.
And this just feels right. Both of these
That
teams go
was-
back and forth so
that
far
shit's
today, but this
crazy.
thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time.
They could have won that game if they played clock manager with their timeouts, bro.
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first.
If North Texas wins this game, it's because that ending right there. That ending alone. 3 timeouts, still had enough time. They didn't call a timeout.
Yeah,
Could have gotten field goal range.
too, because in the third overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
They'll line up for a second down play.
Wide open. What a play. What a play.
They take the lead here in overtime.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature and you find them, and they produce like this. You keep finding them.
Now to push the lead to 7 in overtime. And the extra point is true. And they're
That shit is
on top by
crazy.
7. Now on first down, they need to answer with a touchdown. Back to throw, it's McCown. Fires to the wideout.
And it's big in this game.
This one's picked off.
It's
A
game.
huge overtime turnover. And the
It's game.
takeaway will put the finishing touches
Comeback. You're fucking. I'll get upset.
Welcome everyone to Annapolis, Maryland, home of the Navy midshipmen. As we'll see a squad from the American, the Memphis Tigers, taking on the 22nd ranked team in the land, the Navy midshipmen. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They'll run the option. Now the pitch. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The option look. He'll do it himself. Got the first down and still on his feet.
I forgot Navy's like a running team.
Find the first down marker and move the change for this offense. Blake really righted the ship for this midshipman offense a season ago, but what separated Navy, David, was that they were able to throw the ball more effectively. Makes it that much more difficult to defend this offense.
It's so frustrating. It's so annoying because they do the elements of the triple option, but when you do bring in the passing game, and Blake was able to do that, man, like, you become even harder to defend. How about another year in the system, continue to evolve? If they can continue to grow in the passing game, they're going to be a pain in a lot of people's backsides.
Navy comes to the line facing 2nd and short. He leaves it with his back. Breaks into the open.
Oh my God.
They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Hand off to the fullback.
You didn't even have to do that little jig. We could have kept going.
Before the defense finally makes the stop.
Well, the fullback helping out his offense here, running the football. Nice job finding the hole and getting upfield. Takes a lot to bring this guy down.
The midshipmen could get really aggressive here on 2nd and short. Now they'll run it on the toss. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The brigade celebrating another first down, and that's really the way Navy's always done it. You can even think back to the great Napoleon McCallum, who ran through defenses at will.
Simple, but so disciplined, right? Like running the option year after year, you got to have discipline. Not surprising, Navy is always good at it because so many young men with such discipline, they can run a system.
You read that,
Just
dude.
continue to methodically move the ball down the field.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And Playing the option man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Navy now in trouble here on 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Horvat. Under fire. Creates a little room.
The receiver didn't even block.
Makes a play, stopping him well short, and it'll be 4th down from the 24. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side. Absolutely center cut. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about in that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job.
Navy basically had the ball for 6 minutes. Well, majority of the first quarter.
Here's the handoff. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And they just need a few inches for the first down, but they've got 3 receivers spread to the right. Grab behind the line. It's Hawkins. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw.
Got him.
And the quarterback
Got him.
runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
They're smart. They just let the quarter in. Let the quarter in. Let the quarter in. There you go.
At the end of the quarter, Navy has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the 2nd quarter. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. They go to the ground, fighting off the defender. Snowed under by the defense.
Really nice play call there on 2nd and long by the offensive coordinator. He was able to get a lot of that yardage back by running the football, and now, of course, it sets up a 3rd and manageable situation.
The full force, the full-throated roar of the brigade, helping this Navy defense. Lewis wants to pass. Works the middle.
Stop him.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. Sends it back in motion. The give to the back. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
And man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The midshipmen come to the line facing 3rd and short. Give to the big fullback. Look out, he's got room. Turning on the Jets. At the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Navy! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Speed kills this offense. They've got multiple guys that can burn you. You can see it doesn't take them long to light up the scoreboard.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they certainly finished it in style with a 71-yard touchdown run. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10.
What in the fuck was that?
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for us.
The Tigers now with a long
That boy going through it.
way to go to pick up the
That
first
boy
down.
going through it.
Oh, they're after him. Quickly out to the tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Tigers really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. Gives it on the option. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Lewis to throw. Release to the back. The short hands. It's Smith. What a cut. Now he's loose. There he goes. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, oh man,
I'm surprised that wasn't like a holding call or some shit.
You gotta give him the ball in space.
He knocked the dude down. Took him down with him.
That guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
But then again, it just bumped into him. But who knows? It is what it is. They scored. They needed that touchdown too.
Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close it in style with a 72-yard pass to the house. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Gets the back moving. They'll leave it with the lone back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Navy now facing 3rd and short. Give to the fullback. Gets the job done on 3rd down as he gets it out to the 25.
Don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him. Let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that first down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now in college football.
There he goes. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll try the run. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? They'll immediately call timeout.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got the back over the middle. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
How many first downs is that, guys? On this drive alone, this defense has got to find a way to get off the field. They're playing way too many snaps.
Now it's a first down from the 43-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground. Runs through a tackle. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. It's third down, and they've got to get it to the 33. They'll run the option. The pitch. Turning it on.
Oh, he fucking shit on him.
Touchdown, midshipman. How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option?
You know, there are so many coaches out there in 2-minute situations at the end of the half with the lead that'll just be happy taking the lead into halftime. This guy's staying aggressive, though. Pedal to the metal, David, and you saw it paid off there for the touchdown.
And let's finish this half now. Now, we got a nice lead. Built a little bit of a lead, but the defense has to go back out there. There's still a little bit of time. So get that stop to keep that momentum you just got, and everybody will be jacked up at halftime.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. An 84-yard drive there, and they close the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Out of the gun, the inside give. Powers through the defender. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
A huge third down here in the brigade from the Naval Academy, letting this offense hear it. He's got his man across the middle. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Cross. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a play on the ball.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
And the Tigers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. Oh, he's got some space. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws, but just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Lewis wants to pass. Fakes to grab. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Just keep slinging it. Wideout trying to get it in. And he'll take it in and...
Uh-oh, here comes Memphis.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Navy will go back on the attack. The lead has been sliced to a field goal, and now they'll try to answer. Finds his man. It's Hutchison. Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Boy, last year was a massive success for the Mids under Coach Brian Newberry. They won 10 games. The thrilling comfort behind victory in the bowl against Oklahoma, and the future looks bright.
It does look bright, and it's Drew Cronick in this offense, man. It's so different. They show the spread principles while still keeping the beautiful wing tee that everybody loves. So the variation on offense, Palmer, made them even harder to stop a year ago.
Yeah, it really is a bit of a hybrid in a lot of ways. It used to be tough just when it was the regular triple option, and now you've got some different elements factoring into this as well. Big expectations. That win against Oklahoma got Navy fans really excited for this year.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Run it with the fullback. Plows through the defense. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays, too.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. Navy will have to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Lewis to throw. That's caught. It's Smith. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Man, these running backs are used to being split out in high school as a wide receiver, playing 7-on-7 as middle school and high school. You could tell how comfortable he was being a wide receiver near the sidelines. Didn't get nervous at all.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Wide open downfield. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the 1st down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the 4th quarter. Gives it on the option. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, it's a great job by the back end of the defense that time, making up for what the front end of the defense couldn't do. The quarterback had all day to throw that ball, but it was the hit in coverage that forces the incompletion.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And that is how a punter helps out his defense, pinning them deep in their own territory. And here comes the Navy offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Finds some fresh air. Makes it past the marker. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game.
Well, this offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now. And they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the 4th quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
Here comes the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. You just give up on the play.
Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on 2nd down. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Hutchinson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
To the air, it's Horvat. Got it in the middle, it's Hutchinson. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work
Being
the best
smart,
for me in
run
this
the
game?
ball,
What can I lean
kill the
on
clock.
right here to make sure we win this one?
Time is on their side, and they're going to wind that play clock all the way down. On the option. Now the pitch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this 1st down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Navy will have to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. Lofts one high and deep.
He dropped
He
it.
had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Lewis wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Smith. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
He's got him. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down. You
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
Well, that is a play that we're going to circle. If this team is able to fight their way back and win this game, that one was huge. Fourth down, picking up the first, getting some momentum and keeping this drive alive.
Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll pull it down. There he goes. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17.
Unfolded.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout. Run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee.
Or no, wait. They still have nah. Gotta be game.
Navy will have to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. Lewis to throw. Pass is incomplete.
Where the fuck was he throwing to?
7 seconds.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation if they're going to get the win.
Looking up top, and time is of the essence.
Oh, he got
Pressure
popped.
lets it fly. Catch inside the 30 and still running.
There's no way.
Memphis. And with that, they move out front here in the
Holy shit.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets, and then if you're the team
Yo,
that
what
got
the
that great
fuck did
win,
I just
Jesse,
witness?
Start to build your resume, start to build some momentum. So this squad got a good win today.
They sure did. They put the rest of college football on alert with that huge win. And for the team losing, they've now got to be able to turn the page. They got to go back to some soul
Holy
searching.
shit, my
because
guy.
they're a much better team than what they showed today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Bro, that is... That shit was wild. And I said it was over. PC. That shit, bro. That shit's still crazy. That shit happened.
Welcome to Tampa, Raymond James Stadium, and while it is indeed home to the 2021 Super Bowl champion Buccaneers, it is also the home field for the USF Bulls and a clash that we have in store today. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of squads from the American. As we'll see, the East Carolina Pirates taking on the South Florida Bulls.
For auto,
I'm
that
Reese
shit.
Davis, Jesse
Crazy.
Palmer, and David Pollock with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Bulls will put total leather to crank us up. And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So the East Carolina Pirates offense will have first crack at this one. And Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover and take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Looking for space, it's Montgomery. Jukes his way for more. They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
There's nothing better than opening drive, coming out as an away team. Everybody's got all that excitement, all that energy, and being able to run the football and physically exert yourself to start a football game.
The Pirates will snap it on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit.
No, of course, neither of us catch it.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about the timing of the linebacker on the blitz to get in the backfield and get the tackle for loss?
Is there anything better for a linebacker than to run on a blitz and nobody's home except the back?
That play is still nuts, dude. What the fuck?
Moses parts the Red Sea and the hole opens up and you go fill it.
The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield. It's Montgomery. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Make some noise. It's third down.
It'll be 3rd and long. Back to pass. It's Hauser. Pressure coming. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it
country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Pirates will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Excellent job on the punt. Bounces out of bounds at the 5, and they'll have 95 yards to go in front of them. So the USF Bulls offense will go to work for the first time today. And the Bulls backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Pushes his way for a couple and gets it to the 7-yard line.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better.
Bro, that's just still crazy that this motherfucker really made that throw getting popped. Dude caught it without falling and touchdown.
And then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
With the catch, it's Singleton. It'll be a 1st down as he gets it to the 24-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And of course he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Got it behind the line. It's Nimrod. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the 1st down. Ball down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, they needed 2 yards to get that 1st down. That's exactly what they got. Great job of execution.
No secret about it. Just got to be physical, get a hat on a hat, low man wins, all the cliches to get that 3rd down and short.
And the Bulls look to keep this drive humming. The pull and throw off the RPO. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or some safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on 3rd down, forcing the incompletion.
Brown wants to pass. He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions if he just lets the coverage tell him where to go with the ball.
East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks success in establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Smith. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Caught in the backfield, it's Wiles.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Hauser. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 25.
I would love to sit here and tell you that was the greatest play call ever and the offensive coordinator is a genius. I think that was some really bad defense.
The Pirates will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Back to pass on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Montgomery. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly complete. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision.
Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Nestled just inside that right upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be dragged down. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going, down 3-0. Turning it on! Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives them some breathing room.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Brown will throw it. The sure hands, it's Nimrod. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Grab behind the line, it's Nimrod. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds. Now on first down from the 40. Use the play fake, now to throw. Here comes the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
They tried to go play action, but that did not affect the defensive tackle. He was bull rushing his guy, collapsing the pocket, and he comes away with a sack.
And the Bulls trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off play action. Under fire. Pressure's there and he lets it go.
And that's back-to-back plays that are not good for this offense. I mean, you've got to protect your main man. Your quarterback has to be upright to make decisions, to make big plays. Sacked on first down and a quarterback hit on second down. Got to do a better job.
The misconnection leaves him with a third down. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Complete to the right. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
On fourth down, going to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Nimrod. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The Bulls had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Catch in the middle. It's Nimrod. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
If they're going to sit back in zone, I'm going to make sure I know exactly what they're doing, find those holes, find those crossing patterns, and take advantage of that zone coverage.
And the Bulls, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. They'll throw it from the red zone. Grabbed over the middle. It's Norton. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
The Bulls will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Trying to barge in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, what a great job by the defense. You got to understand, it's physical time, right? They want to run the football when they start getting inside the 5. Nice job getting penetration, getting the tackle for the loss.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Got nothing last time. Now second and goal from the 3. Brown will throw it. Looking for the goal line. And this one will be stopped for no gain. A pass in these tight quarters, if you're going to put the ball up, you'd like to think that you'd either have space or get it downfield a little bit.
Yeah, I like the defense understanding where the end zone is and then defending that line. It's okay to make the catch. Just got to make sure you get the ball carrier down in the field of play.
Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. After getting stuffed, what do they have for an answer here on 3rd and goal from the 2? They're going to run it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He splits the uprights. With that field goal, guys, we're all tied up in the early going.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
All tied up, just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. To the ground with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
To come up with a play on 3rd and 10 from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, it's Hauser. Pocket breaking down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Grabbed in the middle, it's Montgomery. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
That's only 3-3, bro. That's crazy.
Here by the defense is the first one they've used this half. And the Pirates will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Looking downfield on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. And they pick up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. And the Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Going to try to get it himself. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Most offensive coordinators want to be really aggressive on 2nd and short. And I love the quarterback here. He drops back the pass thinking being aggressive. Nothing available. Scramble. Give me an easy 1st down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. On the move and looking deep. Underneath toasted coverage. Got it deep downfield.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Right in front of the mascot too. That's wild.
Seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. On 2nd and 10, a 4 wide out set, trips right. Brown wants to pass. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions. You've given up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. Smashes it between the uprights. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Tampa. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Raymond James Stadium.
The Pirates will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football with accuracy.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust. This offense is built around him. So I expect more of the same here in the second half.
He'll pull it on the read. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback.
The first game from the American was a shutout. Second game was a comeback overtime win. Third game, walk-off fucking touchdown. And in this one, defense.
Huge loss.
Brown will throw it. Fires to the wideout. And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working. Ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
The Bulls will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Caught in the backfield, it's Riles. Oh, he's got some space. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with the first down at the 31. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
With the catch, it's Smith. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
They're going to run it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Gives it to the back on the draw. Gets it past the marker. Oh, my. Circle, circle. Spinderella. Put him in the spin cycle and picked up the first down. This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
It's now 2nd and goal.
Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on 2nd and goal. He'll keep it himself.
Yeah.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
I think a lot of quarterbacks like those defenses that will be passive and let it slowly develop. Nah, this defense, you could tell, they were aggressive and attacking, and it really paid off.
They've already squandered a couple of chances to score touchdowns in the red zone, and now another opportunity. It's 3rd and goal. Scanning the field, it's Hauser. Using the quick game. Touchdown, Pirates! They take the lead with the 6.
Love the individual effort here by the wide receiver. After he has the ball, able to make people miss. You see the speed as he goes in for the touchdown.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And the extra point gives them a 10-6 lead. So that's a 59-yard touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Set to kick it off.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground.
I don't know why he did that fucking.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Second down coming up.
And it's difficult to contain athletic quarterbacks, but man, when everybody plays their assignment, it's a beautiful thing. I understand I got to take away this. I got to keep my eyes on the quarterback, make sure he doesn't pull that football. They weren't fooled, and the quarterback had nowhere to go with the football.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. He's got an open man. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now facing a 3rd and long. They'll run play action. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Man, the tight ends are one of the most versatile guys in the field, and you see it right here. The play action, they're used to blocking, right? Now they slip right by the linebackers, slip to the 2nd level, come open, the quarterback finds them in great rhythm.
Brown wants to pass. Trying to beat the D deep. He's got it at the 30. Breaks into the open.
What a play. What a play.
Once he got some room, it was over.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. To the air on first down.
He dropped it.
On the same page, it's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. He's got it on the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you can tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Looking for a man. It's Hauser. He lofts one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
We got a close game here in the 3rd quarter, and you're seeing momentum shift right now for the defense. The last drive out, they gave up a touchdown. This drive, though, they've now forced a 3 and out. They've done an outstanding job, and you can see them now playing with more confidence.
The kick is on its way. Fields the punt and try to pick up some yards. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Gonna run it. It's Norton. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Offside, defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the
wide
ball,
open.
and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. That's the end of the period, and USF is on top and sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Power football with the run. They make the stop after a pickup of 3 balls at the 18.
Brings up 2nd down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. And the Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. The play action fake. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Got his man. Picked up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
The Bulls are on the move. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, South Florida.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Shoots it to the left. He makes a catch. There he goes.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, ECU.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Bringing it back. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
And the Bulls can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gonna run it. It's Norton. Turning it on.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Stands in and takes the hit.
He fucking caught it. Holy shit.
Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. The Bulls come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls!
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up. But getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Snap it to the back. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
I think at this point of the game now in the second half, down by as many points as they are, it's going to be really hard for the offense to sprinkle in the run. They tried it there. It didn't work. I think you got to be thinking about the passing game now and start trying to identify playmakers out on the perimeter of the field that can get you back in this game.
Got it in the middle. It's Smith. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. That last completion still leaving them with a 3rd down. Wants to throw. It's Hauser. Gets it out quickly. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
This offense is going to have to get more aggressive. Like, they can't take many more shots short down the field and not getting gains. They've got to keep their foot on the gas. They've got to take some shots, work the middle of the field, but make some big plays down a couple possessions.
Gonna swing it on 2nd down. Got out of trouble and throws. Grabbed on the outside. It's Montgomery. They're now out across the 40, and he's out of bounds at the 42.
And this offense is going to have to do more of this, right? They're going to have to be aggressive, attack the sidelines. They're going to need some big plays, trailing late in this football game, but they've also got to be smart and be mindful of the clock.
Using his legs, it's Montgomery. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Pirates with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Pass is incomplete, and by this stage of his career, you'd think a junior quarterback might take a little better care of the football.
Well, the DB never even backpedaled. He never even thought that receiver was running deep, and that's why he was able to put his foot in the ground, and he smothered that curl route, knocking it away.
The Pirates come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to throw, it's Hauser.
Where the fuck was he throwing to?
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it, just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Quick completion to the right. Oh, he's got some space. And he'll be run out of bounds and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
And the Bulls just got that huge run. They'd love another explosive play. Wants to throw on first down. Snagged out of the air. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The Bulls come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Has to get there to move the sticks. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bulls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll do it himself. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. And if he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job by the quarterback.
He'll pull it on the read. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
The Bulls line it up with a 1st and goal. And with things in their favor,
27.
the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. The old kneel down from victory formation.
Or not. Eventually gotta do that shit. But not right now. Alright, peeps, I'm about to call it there for now. I'm about to go lay down for a little bit, take a nap. Maybe. Or watch a movie, TV, I don't know. But I'll be back stream again later. Yeah. Sometime later, I don't know, a little while when I get up or come back to play the game. We'll see. We'll see. But until then, safety everywhere with you day. If I just in case I don't stream. Yeah. Talk to you guys in a little bit, maybe. Hopefully. See you.